Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Kayla. If you're new here, definitely hit that subscribe button. If you're returning, definitely hit that bell button so that you get notified every time I post a new video. I am trying to post once a week and usually on Saturdays or Sundays, so definitely stay tuned to see more of my videos. So today's video is going to talk about gender discrimination and things that I have experienced personally in my life. Even only being a high school senior, I have already had to experience gender discrimination. Experiencing gender discrimination is one of the worst things that a young person can go through because it makes you feel like you're not good enough to do something even when you clearly are. So for all the girls out there who have boys telling them, oh, you can't do math because you're a girl, or you can't do a STEM field because you're a girl, tell them, watch me. Because that's kind of been my life. I want to go into engineering, and there is a huge gender gap, as everyone's aware, I'm sure, in STEM fields, and I've been told by a lot of people that you should definitely pursue it, but be aware that it exists. And I'm not naive enough to think that I'm going to get out into the world and it's going to be all rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and that nothing is ever going to happen. But I am hoping that it's getting better, because I've seen it getting a little bit better, and I hope that it just continues to progress towards progress. A little bit of story time. So I was in like 4th grade, and there was this teacher who came up to me, and I was playing with a microscope because I was done with my work, and I was always very involved in science. And we were in, like, they were working on something that I had already finished, so I was like, hey, can I just, play around with this? And the teacher's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And so I was, like, messing around with it, looking at different things, and then a couple more kids finished, and they came over, and we were all looking at things and, like, writing things down and talking about things, comparing it to a picture in a book, and, like, trying to figure out what it was. And another teacher had come in, and he was a man, and he was like, oh, that's cool. I'm not gonna name names, but let's just say that Sean was the kid. And he walks into the room, he's like, oh, Sean, that's really cool. Do you enjoy playing with science? He's like, I guess, but Kayla's actually the one who was playing with it. And he looked at me, he's like, oh, okay, you wouldn't rather read a book or something? Or play with some of the toys over there? And it was like Barbies and whatnot. I was like, no, I enjoy doing this. He was like, oh, okay, that's a bit odd. But, sure. And then he went and talked to the teacher. And I didn't know it at the time, but that was like, it implanted the first seed in my head that I'm not supposed to like that stuff. I'm not supposed to enjoy that stuff. And I was just kind of like, he's weird. And I continued to look at the microscope and figure out what was the different parts and everything. And later on, I come home, and my dad's like, oh, how was your day? And my mom was, how was your day? And we were sitting around the table eating dinner. I was like, oh, it was really fun. I played with the microscope, and then I told them about the teacher, and they looked at each other, and my dad was like, sweetheart, I want you to know that you never have to worry about us thinking that it's weird that you like science-y type things. If that's what you're into, then go ahead and pursue that. Enjoy doing that. And I was like, yeah, I know. I'm okay with it, yeah. Because I didn't understand at the time that it was my first exposure to gender discrimination, and looking back on it, I realized how much a different path I could have taken if I would have listened to him and been like, oh, I'm not supposed to like this, I need to change myself so that I can make a man feel more comfortable. And I'm really glad that I didn't, because I love who I am, I love math and science, and I'm in an engineering course and I absolutely love it. It's a blast. I'm having so much fun. We're building robots, which is really cool. I experienced that, and I was in 4th grade. I was probably like 8, and the fact that anyone has the right, or thinks they have the right, to tell an 8-year-old what they can and cannot do because of their gender is wrong. It's gonna happen. It has happened before. I've dealt with it. But don't just sit by and let someone think that they can control you, because they can't, and that's not the way that the world should work. So stand up to gender discrimination and gender bias and call it out. And that goes for a man seeing another woman berating a man because he's doing something typically feminine. It's not a one-way street, it's a two-way street. Discrimination happens in both directions, so if you're seeing it, call it out. It's not okay no matter who it's happening to or what is happening. If you were witnessing something, call it out. So be aware that discrimination happens. If you're a female going into a typically male field, or you're a male going into a typically female field, be aware that it happens and don't be afraid to call it out. Never tell anyone that their dreams are wrong, and never tell a child that they can't do something because of their gender or the color of their skin. Discrimination happens, so stand up and speak out. Well, that was today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. My story time mixed with, a really important message about discrimination and standing up for what you believe. And if you support my message, be sure to click the like button down below and feel free to share it with those that you care about, those that you love or just want to hear it. Definitely feel free to share the message. I believe that it's something that is really powerful, that you need to stand up against discrimination and you need to stand up for what you believe. So thank you guys for watching, and I hope you all have an amazing day.